welcome to the stage, please, Geoff Wilson. I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to do. Everybody, look at my hand.
Hello, thank you. How are y'all doing tonight?
Yay!
Hey.
I got like at least one person that's honestly way better than I was expecting in this. I mean, this is a second live show, and on one hand, it is hard to connect when I can't really see or hear anybody. I'm just looking at myself here on the screen. But on the other hand, this kind of shows give me a great opportunity to keep lying to myself for a week about how good I am. No matter what I say, I'll go to sleep happy tonight. I can just blame silence on mics being on, mics being off, until I watch this awkward recording tomorrow, and yeah, then I get to feel cringy all over again. But anyways, as they said, my name is Geoff. It's Geoff. It's kind of like saying my name is Bond, James Bond, but way lamer. You might be asking, but Geoff, this is New Zealand. Why do you have to spell your name out? Good question. It's because when I say my name is Geoff, I watch people and they'll start to write a G, and I get to feel happy for a minute. Like I finally found a country where they know how to spell it. But then suddenly they'll pause and look confused. And they'll scratch out the G and start writing J-E-F-F. So close every time. But I'm realizing it's probably because when I speak, they can tell I'm American. They hear this smooth, sexy, confident, loud, and not at all arrogant accent and think that he spells his name as Geoff with a J. Nope. Cursed with Geoff. Geoff Geoff. Thanks, Mom. But seriously though, I do hear people say this all the time, and I keep thinking, do people actually think somebody would name a kid Geoff? Like a parent is looking at their newborn and they go, "You've got such pretty eyes. I want to give you all the opportunities in life that I never had. And I think the best way to do that is if I name you Geoff." It's like the fifth time doing this bit, and I still don't know why. I think it's a good idea. It's how the rest of the country about a name I hate. Because all I'm going to hear for the next week is, "Hey, Geoff." Like everybody's a comedian now. But yeah, speaking of comedy, I noticed something disturbing that everybody seems way too nonchalant about. Apparently, we've all agreed that violent acts of aggression are a totally normal way to talk about how funny I've been. You've heard it, right? If I do bad tonight, they'll go, "Oh, he bombed." But if I do good, they'll say he killed, he slayed, he murdered. Is this all based on a tragically twisted night at the club? Like, reporter comes on, "This just in, man tells joke, kills audience. Memorial services will be held this Sunday." This also just in, audience doesn't laugh. He says I'm dying up here. Comedy strikes again. And now this, man continues to do this bit for laughter because he's got nothing else to go on. But for real though, if we're talking about comedians killing and slaying like it's a totally normal thing, then just wait for one day when maybe there's a clown and his name is Buzzo. And Buzzo thinks he's funny, but he's got a bit of an anger problem. And he doesn't like it when people don't laugh at his jokes. So one day backstage, Buzzo looks stressed. And he says, matter-of-factly, "I'm about to go on and murder." And we all think, I can't wait for this show. Breaking news. This all just got incredibly dark. Up next, the comic tries to find his footing again. Back to you, Geoff. So where to from this downward slide? It's actually, you know what? There's something I've probably been meaning to tell everybody, especially my wife over there. It's about time that I admitted it out loud, and that is, I am a psychic. Now, some of you might have been thinking, "Oh, he's about to come out of the closet." See, psychic powers at work already. I'm not psychic in the way that my wife would actually like me to be, like actually understanding what she wants and when. It's more that way that, I think we've all got a little bit of, right? Like, you put a glass of wine down next to your laptop and you hear a little voice in your ear and it goes, mm-mm. And you think, well, that was weird. And sure enough, 5 minutes later, somebody bumps the table, the laptop's taking the drink. Now, as much as it pains me to say, Central Otago grapes really make for a tasty keyboard. Not gonna waste a glass of wine. Do you know how cheap I am? But unfortunately, I got cocky and I stopped listening. So one day, after dropping a very healthy number 2, I was pulling up my pants, and there on my pocket are my keys, precariously dangling out. And for a minute, I felt the hairs on the back of my neck rise. And I thought, that could be bad. Didn't do anything about it. Sure enough, there they go into the black abyss. Ooh. Sorry, honey. I guess we're not going to be using that car ever again. But I've also been daydreaming about getting abducted recently. I mean, I'm talking about aliens, right? Abducted by aliens, not getting kidnapped by Carl, the local lawn services guy. Right, Carl, right? Everybody knows Carl. He's got that white business van that for some reason only comes home at 2 a.m. Despite how inconvenient it must be to mow grass at midnight. Got my eye on you, Carl. But getting abducted by aliens right now wouldn't be so bad. Get to leave the house for a few hours. Can't fly anywhere else right now, Get to see some sights, some free UFO borderless travel. Not bad. Maybe some air points. But it's when aliens start blowing up sites like the White House, and you start, it gets to be a bit of an inconvenience. Except if they did that during the last US administration, would it have been so bad? But, I think if movies have taught us anything about alien invasions, there's one guaranteed way to win, right? I mean, what is it? What's the one guaranteed way? Every alien movie. Nobody knows. Looks like we're fucked then. I need somebody to be my Jeff Goldblum. I think somebody might be saying it's blowing up the mothership, right? Killing the alien queen. You do that, and suddenly all the rest of the aliens die. And it really made me realize, shit, aliens really have their central leadership on lock. Makes us humans look a little bit bad, doesn't it? We've got 8 billion voices out there, and nobody can agree on whether or not Marmite tastes good. I mean, let alone die if an alien offs one of our presidents. But yeah, it's speaking of movies, I did do something else awkward recently. I actually do it all the time. I told somebody that they look like an actor that they've never heard of. What a riveting conversation that was. If you've never been in that situation, here's pretty much how it goes. Hey, you look like that actor you've never heard of. Oh, yeah? And that's it. There's nothing else to say. But at least if somebody tells you like an actor you've never heard of, you can look it up later, you've got something to compare. Whereas I had somebody come up to me and said, hey, you remind me of my friend Mark. I didn't know what to say. So I just said, no, I don't. And I moved on with my day. Much like the end of this set. Thank you. It's been me, Jeff.
Woo!